Good afternoon, everyone. JR with Secure Metals. Friday, September 5th, 2014, 12:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick analysis here for the week ending. And so I wanted to show this chart real quick. This is the Dow Jones. This is your monthly chart. This is back in 1985. You had this massive bull rally, right? And then look what happens. Bubble, right? You have a tank. You have a big tank, 2000 and this is 2000. .com bubble. Then what happens in 2008? Another bubble, right? There's the bubble popping, and this is the important part, right? We created another low, right? And this is where the that broadening formation I tell you is coming about. And bubble 2000, 2008, another bubble. We'll continue here. This one is not a bubble, right? Right? That's what everyone thinks, right? This is not a bubble, right? Near highs. It's going to be bad. A lot of political tensions. I'll do the Dow Jones today. I'll do the gold and silver. Let's get to the gold analysis first. Okay. So this is your monthly chart. As you can see, no bubble here like the Dow Jones, none whatsoever. You had a big spike on the market. Right now you're consolidating, but you can clearly see here that as of right now we're sideways trading, and we still have some really nice potential. Even if this falls further, which I doubt. But even if this falls further, we still have plenty of support. Unlike the Dow Jones, which again is just creating a lower low. So again, there will be no support. That's your monthly chart. Weekly chart here. So currently just broke through this key line here. So we might test this level here. This is where you'd be looking to test. And this is your buying area. Now, on the daily chart, so this here was the test of this level here. I'm sorry, actually not that level. This level here. Now, even though the level would have played out, I considered this as a test because it came so close to this level. I considered it a test anyway, but would have played out slightly anyway. It would have went up, but it would have came down anyway. So I'm glad I didn't take this level here. Right? This level's already been tested, so I'm going to take that level out. Okay. So on the weekly, on the daily chart, I have nothing here. All right. Right now, it looks like we're building some sort of descending wedge here, right? We can see that. Right now we can see that we're forming some sort of wedge. It's finding support here at the lower end of the wedge, okay? But if we look at the weekly, this is the new level where you would buy at 1253. So again, didn't take any of these opportunities. It's a good thing that I didn't. But again, no bueno here. So right here, this is where you'd find support. A breach below this level here, roughly 1240, would completely send this metal down, probably down to this level here to the low 1200s. So we don't want to fall below this level. Very, very, very significant level. Again, with all the political tensions, I doubt it's going to happen. But then again, who would have thought that this thing would have went down this far anyway? But again, still a good play here. I still like this play. Again, you buy here at 1253, stop loss roughly around 1237. Should be able to make at least 2 to 1 on that trade. Okay, let's look at silver. Silver again, test this level here around 1203. That was my buying price. This is where the market took off, took out this really nice support level here. So there's a lot of momentum here. So I took this trade here this last night at 1903. Again, stop loss at around 1850, 1850, or maybe around 1848, 1847. All right, looking to take this higher. One possibility on the, let's look at the daily chart here. So the reason why I like this trade is, number one, you have that wedge here. It doesn't really look like much of a wedge, but this is a trend line coming from back here, right? So you got this line here, you got this line, this resistance now turned support. This is a long trend line from coming from August 28th of 2013, from August 28th, 2013. So you kind of have this little wedge. So again, let's see if this level holds. But again, I really like this trade here. And what I would assume is, if this level is going to go from here to here, and this is where the magic is going to happen. It's either going to continue to go up, in my opinion, or it's going to come back down and retest this level. We don't want to retest this level here again from here. But again, this unless we build some sort of bullish huge candle or something. But as of now, we have a lot of political tensions. I mean, if you ask me, I can't remember a time where you had political tensions, Ukraine, Iran, Russia. I mean, it goes on and on. Currency wars, bad economic policies after one after the other. I mean, there's so much negativity in this market. It's just really scary. So I'm really surprised we came back down here and tested this level. But again, as I stated in my previous videos, this is the level where I was looking to buy, right? So we touched the line 1903. Now we look to go higher. Again, I do expect the metals to continue to go higher. But again, I really like this trade. The key point to remember here is are we creating new lows, right? So we're not creating new lows, which means that there's a lot of buyers building up here, right? And we're not creating new highs, which means there's also sellers up here, right? But the most important thing that I like here about this chart is the broken trend line. We had enough buyers to finally break a very, very, very important trend line. So I'm going to continue to respect this level here. Now, from here coming down over here, that's why you have to be very careful, and that's why I didn't buy over here. But I obviously make some accumulations back here, but over here I didn't want to do anything because, again, we were continuing to respect this line. Now that this line is broken, we can assume that the buyers are still there, because, again, enough buyers to break this trend line, enough to break this trend line here, and enough to break this level of support here as well, right? This key level of support. So enough buyers to break key trend line and key level of resistance. I'm sorry, I think I said support earlier. This level of resistance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna assume that there's still plenty of buyers here, enough to retest this level here, this level around the $21 range. Okay. The great thing I liked about this trade is risk to reward is really nice. Right. Again, you put a stop loss at around 1850, 1847, 1848, whatever your preference is. And you have at least a 2-to-1 trade, in my opinion. You let this thing rally. If this thing comes up all the way over here, you're looking at much more than 2-to-1. You're probably looking at around 4-to-1. So really nice trade. I really like this trade here. And as you can see, we touched that line. We literally touched my level of support, and we're starting to bounce up a little bit from it. Currently trading at 1911. All right. ECB historic announcement in June, negative interest rates, and yesterday they surprised the market with bringing down the rates even lower, to deeper into negative territory. So again, a lot of negativity out there, and just a scary market. I mean, I tell you, this is why I put that this chart of the Dow Jones here on the monthly, because people seem to be very, very, very happy with this rally, and again, to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. This was a bubble, this was a bubble, so is this not going to be a bubble? I guess I'll let you decide, right? But let's finish off with silver. So again, I like the silver. I like the weekly chart here. But before we can assume that this thing is going to continue to go higher, we do need to surpass this $21 range. It's going to be big. If we can surpass this 21.50 range to 22, I think once we break this level, actually, I think it's going to be a wrap. I mean, again, I already stated that a break of this trend line could be very big for us. I'm surprised we didn't have enough momentum to bring it up, but there's a lot of political tensions and so on. So those might be factors that are contributing to this metal not continuing to go higher, or at least the way I expected it. But good thing is that the market gave us another present, and if you ask me, this is a great opportunity here. If you haven't gotten involved, to get involved here. Again, this is a trade where you're risking around 60 cents and you're looking to make about $2. So again, very nice risk to reward here on this trade. I'm taking this all day, daily. Okay, that's your silver chart. And what else I was going to show you? I was just going to show the euro here real quick. I mean, tremendous move on the euro. Very rarely do you have, when you trade euros and you trade currencies, you're usually trading in pips, right? So you look at the prices, 137.50. Let's say this price 127.51. So you're trading not cents, but you're trading pips, right? Basis points. So 1.2953 is the current price right now, or 51, and you usually trade those pips. I mean, again, it doesn't happen very often. You saw a big move over here, a daily move where back here where you saw the euro go from 137.23 to 135.80. I mean, these are huge moves that this market is making, and as of now, I would stay away from this euro. Crazy euro. But again, you saw this wedge, and it broke the wedge. Once it broke the wedge, now I could assume that this thing is gonna test the 127 level here pretty soon. I'm looking for an opportunity to short. If it comes back up to 132 or 131 and a half, I'll be looking to short this thing and bring it back down and try to reach this 128 goal, 127. Okay, Dow Jones. I already showed you the Dow. Okay, I stated on my last video, okay, that this was a great opportunity. Okay, you had a big break, and again you had this huge move to the downside, right? And again, currently within the zone, I'm short Dow Jones here. So really nice zone here. And again, I'd look to test this 20-day moving average here. Okay, currently at 17,110. Okay, and let's see here what else we have. So this is the dollar. This is the monthly chart on the dollar. So you're gonna find some dollar breaking through. I mean, serious gains here for the dollar. Let's look at the time. Let's do the weekly, the daily. Look at this daily chart. I mean, insane chart. This thing is going very overextended, and the dollar is definitely due for a little bit of a correction here. I'm expecting, but I mean, the line just keeps getting steeper and steeper and steeper. So again, very overbought, and now we're looking for opportunities to. Now we're looking for levels of resistance. This is going to be a good level of resistance around 84 3/4, 85. But again, the question is, are you going to create another high and go to 85 and a half? But really, if I'm looking at this weekly chart here, this is going to be a big level for the dollar to overcome, and we can clearly see that really, if we do this, you can see that the dollar is ranging. It's in a range, right? So we wanna see if this is gonna break this range to the upside or to the downside. At this point, it's just really a matter of waiting. And here you go with the monthly. The monthly, you can see this a little bit more clearly here, right? That range. And we're going to let me delete some of these lines. Right. So again, still ranging in this, still within this range here. So it could go either way. It can continue to go higher, or it can come right back and retest these levels here. Okay. But again, a lot of momentum here the dollar has, so I do expect for it to test the $84 range, maybe the 84 and a half. But again, you're gonna need a lot of strength here to surpass this level here, because you're gonna have a confluence here with this trend line as well as this high. So around 84.70, 84.50, that's where you're gonna look to find some resistance. Okay, so again, the dollar looking for resistance up here, gold looking for support down at this level. So we can probably again, if the dollar continues to rally, you might see a breakdown of this line. If the dollar holds at around 84.50, 84.70, actually with the rally that the dollar's had, I'm surprised gold hasn't gone down further. So it does suggest a good buying pressure here on the metals. But again, if you surpass 84.75 on the dollar, you're most likely gonna go below here, this 1240 key support line here, and probably this chart is not going to look too good at all. But as of now, you're going to find some support here, 1240, 1250, and you're looking to find some resistance on the dollar at around 84 and a half, 84 and 3/4. All right, guys, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.